Okay.
There it goes.
Oh, okay, nice. All right, welcome to Nerd Chat Week 9. Yeah, I don't even know where to go. This was totally winging it, where we come together and try to find a topic, but still fail and struggle. So let's just run with it. We got Noah on with us this time around. Do you want to fill us in with what you've been up to?
Yeah, so the past week I've just been playing around with NetHunter and learning about the Android kernel. So compiling a work plan on how to install that. It's taken a while, but I'll get there. And on the certification side, I've just been looking at CEH, taking the practice exams, and just trying to get ready for that. So
Nice, dude.
And enjoying summer, of course.
Right, yeah, the quarantine summer. Yeah, it's been great.
Right on.
Nice.
So what do you do for work?
For work, I work for a healthcare company. We provide solutions, and that goes from like applications all the way down to like physical hardware to hospitals. And my role in that is I'm a Linux administrator on the back end. So I do a lot of Oracle stuff and a lot of Red Hat administration and a lot of automation with Chef.
Nice.
That's cool.
I want that too.
What's going on over there? DD.
Where?
Dion just like dips.
Neverland.
Never in home alone with that kid.
I'm today. Yeah, what I've been doing this week.
Remember, we're recording, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking. I did so
It's
much,
okay.
but I don't know where to start.
Hit or miss.
I don't know where to start. Yeah, I've been playing with the Raspberry Pi. Got a new case, new light in it. Yeah, it looks fancy.
The RGB, dude.
RGB, man.
What were you saying? You got the RGB whorehouse over here?
The RGB whorehouse, yeah. It's my whorehouse.
Yeah.
Pretty fine.
The Hua House?
The whorehouse.
Oh, you guys are nuts.
You know what?
Dude, no, I'm looking at your page right now, and you've got like all sorts of crazy stuff going on over here.
Yeah, what do you want to know about?
Some Wi-Fi hacking you've been up to? I know Dion loves the Wi-Fi hacking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know how much I could actually explain on this talk since it's going to be on YouTube, but I have been
Well, if they take it down, they take it down, man. It's just educational purposes, so.
So every time I go to the gym, I've been putting my headless Raspberry Pi in a backpack, and then I have my NetHunter phone. So I've been running a bunch of stuff from my phone that's going to the Raspberry Pi, and I've been having a lot of fun with that, going in public places, capturing handshakes and packets, evil portals. Dion really helped me get that set up about a little bit ago. I mean, I was already looking into it. But other than that, I've also been getting into a lot of hardware, learning how to solder, that kind of stuff, programming like microprocessors.
Nice.
Oh, I also recently just set up like a home network. So I don't know, Snort is a intrusion detection system. So I put that in another thing called PF Sense on an old server. It's actually sitting back there. And so I've been configuring that. I've been on the email chains for that, trying to get it sorted out.
And if you want to know about PF Sense, dude, just hit me up. I have a PF Sense server.
Dude, okay, awesome. I will.
Some internal firewalling. So
it's a lot.
That's the IDT or the IDS.
IPS.
He's the master over here. Firewall, web app firewalls, the WAFs.
The WAFs.
Yeah.
Pat. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, anytime, dude.
Yeah, dude, it looks like you're having a lot of fun with this stuff. Like over here with the hack the box and all, and yeah, and your NetHunter and shit.
I mean, sometimes I'll get too deep into like a specific topic, and I just need to actually finish a project if I start it. Like sometimes I'll be all over the place, and I just need to okay, this week I'm gonna do this, but.
Yeah, we're really good at starting stuff.
Yeah.
But the follow through, just ask them about James and collecting dust, and they'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, look behind James. He loves what it's like.
You see this? That's an unfinished project right there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, it's good. I mean, and we're having fun, and it is good to be able to really focus in, set some goals, and accomplish those, as opposed to just starting stuff all over the place. But I mean, and that's like, for me, it can either frustrate me, the fact that there's just so much to learn and so many different paths to go. But if you can like try and change your perspective on it and look at it as like something exciting, it's like, look, this is never ending. Like, there's always going to be something new, always going to be something cool that I can start like learning. And if you can just look at it that way, it takes away a lot of the stress. Because I've been in that position where it's just like, I'm about to blow my head off because there's just too much stuff going on, you know?
Yeah, because like the mindset can go both ways. It can be daunting and cause anxiety, you know, because you're like, I'll never catch up to these professionals in the field, like these doctors who are doing all this great work, you know, all this research. But I think it really is, like you said, a mindset or like a perspective of, look at all this cool stuff I get to learn.
Right.
And, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doctors were like us too. Yeah, they started somewhere, and so do we.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
There's always a start to the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Even for doctors.
I feel you. I'm working on like 3 different avenues of tech myself right now. Like, I'm doing the intro to computer science from Harvard online, free, the CS.
Oh, nice.
And that's good. That's like a good foundation I should have done 15 years ago. That's cool. I'm doing the security testing with Raspberry Pi book from Daniel.
Oh, fun.
CyberArms. So I just got my lab set up for that, and I feel you. I'm kind of all over the place too, touching a lot of different things. It's not necessarily a bad thing too, because then you can come back to that subject later. Like if you break it out, like I use my planner, and like this day at this time I'm going to do this course, and then I'll switch gears and do something else, and it keeps things fresh for me. Like it keeps my interest in that regard. And so it's almost like a well-rounded, but I'm not focused on exams or anything right now. I was initially, but I'm just, there's a lot to catch up on, and I feel you get overwhelming very quick.
So what are you focused on right now, Nikki? Didn't you just get a job?
Yeah. See,
after a long period of interviewing, we've been like anticipating this for quite a while.
Since June, I've been keeping you guys posted, you know, just everything that's been happening. I went through a series of 1 technical panel, but 6 interviews altogether, all through Zoom. I met with everybody, and it was honestly, like, I was being very patient because I didn't want to look anywhere else. I was dedicated on this company. This is the first time I don't have multiple offers on the table because it's not my style. I'm usually pouring out my resume and finding the right fit, but I had a good feeling about this company. I'm excited about what they do. It's going to take me into that cybersecurity space that I want to get into and get away from more sysadmin, managing users and computers and stuff, which is what my recent past has been. So it's very exciting to get into that sector of tech. And this is what I've been kind of preparing myself for during the quarantine, is doing all these labs and just poking around at different things and familiarizing myself with terms and terminology and following accounts that are doing cool shit that I want to do, because that keeps me inspired. So it's all just like a huge blessing this week to finally get that phone call after months.
I can imagine.
Just
Yeah,
hanging by a thread, like, do they want me? Do they want me? So it's been a journey. You guys have been super supportive, and I appreciate everything everyone has done. Like, it takes a tribe. It really does. Because I met Stephanie through Instagram, and she's like, "Hey, my company is hiring," and I'm like,
she was the one helping you out with the gig, right?
Yeah,
Very
and she's
cool.
been very insightful and helpful in the interview process. I mean, obviously, I still have to be the face of that interview, right? They have to talk to me, not her. So it was very helpful to have that support, and it's like women helping women. Like, that's what it's about. I'm excited. Everyone's very supportive in the community, so it's dope.
Yeah, I know Stephanie runs like a Latinas in Tech, a chat and that sort of thing. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that happens later today, and I'm excited to hop on there.
Oh, nice. You're going to do that today?
Yeah, it's in 25
cool.
minutes or so. So, I mean,
I would totally be on with you guys, but I'm not a Latina, so.
Yeah.
I don't
You
think I
just
can
put a
do
wig
it.
on, shave your beard, like, hola, señoritas.
Yeah, so, but that's awesome, Nikki. Yeah, I know that we've all been stoked and and like waiting for that response. We were like all hating on the company for a little bit for fucking dragging you on for so long.
Yeah,
that is
no,
Watch
really
out,
cool.
James. Maybe they're watching.
Yeah,
You get a phone
Trying to
call this
spark my
Monday.
paranoia
"Oh,
right
it's
now, or
over."
what?
like, yeah, we rescind that offer. And I'm like, no, I will murder all of you guys. No, it's good. It's exciting. So now I'm changing my labs and focus and trying to prepare myself into that sector of what I'll be doing. So I'm gonna be an enterprise solutions engineer, which is tier 1, tier 2 support for our customer for our specific application. The growth path is good there, so there's a lot of potential to move up the ladder and do different high level cool stuff. So I'm stoked about everything that's happening there. So I can't wait to be a part of it.
That is very cool.
Finally.
That's awesome, man.
Seriously, finally. What about you,
6
Pat? What have you been doing, dude?
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah, you get the studio wall. What
I know.
is that?
Last week we couldn't even do a nerd chat because your ass was in a hurricane.
Yeah.
What is going on over in Florida, dude?
Yeah, hurricane. And now it's pretty out. Now it's beautiful out. No,
Is it?
just been working, putting some implementation projects for new firewalls at the company I'm working for now. So looking at different solutions.
You recently started like a penetration testing gig? Is that
Yeah.
what it was?
Yeah. So we're
Nice.
doing a lot of security, implemented some WAFs for our front end websites called Impreza. Impreza is actually a web application that we're using, web application firewall. And behind the scenes, we're looking into some SIM tools like Logarithm. We maybe Splunk and Snort for some stuff. To
Very cool.
do some machine learning for some data, because right now the way they're doing it is they're taking your event logs, for example, if it's firewall logs or ASAs or Windows, they're putting into SolarWinds. It's called Kiwi. Kiwi's a syslog, and then they dump that into a SQL database and they present that into an ASP website. So we can check it out, but obviously that's old school style. So now we're looking to bring something up to the modern ages, such as like Logarithm, some kind of SIM tool. I'm looking at IBM's SolarWinds. They have a nice little SIM, which is, I think SolarWinds is probably the best one that fits our needs, because a lot of our logs are from Windows and you just can dump into, and it's very easy to query. So we're doing some demos on that. And there's some other stuff like internal pen tests that we're doing. We just implemented an application called Cloud Systems for our vulnerability assessment. They were using Qualys, but now they're going to Cloud Systems. But there's a few cool little things going on. So it's pretty exciting stuff.
So you liking it so far?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It's like something that, where I was prior, it was none of that, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll keep it at that. But there was none of that stuff. And it was not, I was just collecting a paycheck. You know what I mean? And that's not my style. I like to actually be intrigued in what I'm doing and learn something new. And yeah, we can set up sandboxes and virtual boxes and Vuln Hub and download the OVAs and hack the box and try to hack this, whatever the hell the other thing is. But it's not really real world. We can set up Metasploitable 3 and do some Active Directory hacks because Metasploitable 3, I actually just set that up. I actually finally got that thing to work.
Oh my gosh.
It is fun.
The setup on that is ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a pain in the boot.
Did you run it in Docker or how'd you get it?
Yeah, Docker. And
See?
I just downloaded the OVA. And then now I just put it in VMware Workstation in a little sandbox environment in like what's called host only environment in my VMware Workstation, so I can just hack away and without touching prod. So, because where I'm at, it's a big PCI compliant, so some kind of Active Directory hacks are needed that they haven't really done. So since they didn't even really know that they were using AD until about 3 weeks ago, but
What?
it was pretty crazy. But yeah, so now we're implementing a new, so and we're implementing a new AD server in our data center. That's for some projects that we need to integrate say for SA for the system admin user and stuff like that for redundancy and clustering and stuff like that. But some fun stuff. So, yep, that's
That is pretty cool.
yeah, pretty cool stuff. Fun stuff. That's it. That's what I've been up to for the last 2.5 weeks.
So you said you're like keeping it off of the prod. So, can you talk about that a little bit more? Just like the separation of the domains, or you just have like a test environment specifically for the security team to?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I have my own AD environment that's, you know, I just implemented a new interface on the firewall, right? And, 1 minute.
You have time.
So yeah,
You got
just
it.
implementing some stuff, and then I use what's called in VMware, you know, Dion's favorite. You can use VMNICs, right? From VMNICs,
Okay, I'm gone.
you can use network address translation
leaving
out
early.
of your VMNIC to your physical environment. Then you can set up multiple NICs. You can have bridged, and you can have your host only. So in the host only network, I'll have that segmented and have DNS, et cetera, pointing to a local host only address for Active Directory. And then, but if I need to get patches or I need to get updates, then I'll, you know, you can do in Windows, you can do IP route. You can actually set up your IP routing and add an IP route. And then when I need to, and whatever subnet that you're going to go out of the bridge network, because that's the out to the internet, there's some networking you have to do, which is cool. But yeah, so that's what I.
Nice.
We could
Okay,
do that offline, so obviously I can explain deeper if you're interested.
Yeah. Sorry.
but we got less than a minute, so this is James' time.
No, you know what,
James
Dion?
minute.
You know what? I'm gonna hand this one over to you. Why don't you finish this off this week?
Okay. Well, guys, thank you for watching. This was week 8.
Was it week 8? Yeah, I think you're right. Or 9.
Yeah.
That was
No, I think
week
it's
8
8.
of Saturday Nerd Chat.